Yeah, so the pure devotees, they don't question that why is Krishna doing like this. They accept whatever is the plan of the Lord. So even when Krishna told Vasudev that take me to the house of Nanda Maharaj and leave me there, and you bring back, there is a girl there. You'll find his wife is just same time she has given birth to a baby girl. So you bring that girl back here. So they didn't question. They just brought the baby girl. He came back with the baby girl, and then when moment he entered inside, the prison, immediately all the clamps, all the chains came back on his legs. The gates again locked, and the guards woke up. Till then, the guards were fast asleep, right? Yogamaya, they were all fast asleep. The moment this happened, gates closed, and they're back with their chains. They woke up, and they heard the baby crying. जोर से, the baby girl cried loudly. जी भर के उसने रोया. And जैसे ही वो रोई, immediately, the guards woke up and they went and told Kamsa, "अरे, आपके तारणहार आ गए." He has come to. So then Kamsa comes running, and when he comes, it is described in the Krishna book that when he comes, he, immediately he goes to grab the girl by her legs, and Devaki tries to stop him. She says, "What are you doing?" He says, "This is not even a boy. Already you have killed 7 of my children, six or 7 of my children you have killed. And this is not even a boy. This can't be your killer." The prediction was that the 8th child boy will kill. This is a girl. Ladki kya maregi aapko? Don't kill her, please. She's begging of him. And he just picks her by the legs. Such cruelty. It's so cruel. He picks the child by her legs and he's about to dash her onto the rock as he's killed 6 children before. He's about to dash her onto the rock. She slips out of his hand. And then she goes into, like you imagine right now, when we're sitting here, and suddenly if in that corner over there, Mother Durga appears with 8 arms, and the effulgent personality. She tells him, "You fool, you don't understand that the person who has to kill you has already appeared elsewhere. Don't think, you don't torture your sister and brother-in-law, leave them." So then Kamsa suddenly he gets transformed. उसका हृदय परिवर्तन हो जाता है. When he realizes that अभी तो हाथ से निकल गया, so immediately he says sorry, and he lets them go and everything. But they remain in prison. मतलब, but little कारागार से निकाल दिया और उनको ऐसा prison में रखा. So as Srila Prabhupada says over here, that he tried to kill Krishna at birth also, but he failed to do so. So then subsequently he said that, yeah, I should not give up on my activities. He was very determined that no matter what happens, I have to kill Krishna. So as it is mentioned in this verse here, Kamsa tried in so many different ways to try and kill Krishna. He kept sending demons. First he sent this demon Putana, and we'll talk about Putana. We'll talk about Putana. He first sent Putana. That was the first one. Shankla ki shuruat, as they say. It's a long series. There were many matches that happened. बहुत सारे one-day matches हुए, T20 हुए, Test match हुए, बहुत सारे हुए. But the victory was always on side of Krishna. The result was already fixed that Krishna is going to win every single match. The whitewash बोलते हैं ना cricket में. Whitewash हो गया उनका सबका, demons का. So it said over here that Krishna engaged many demons to try and kill Krishna after Kamsa sent many demons to try and kill Krishna after his birth, and they tried to kill the Lord at every opportunity. But then, what did Krishna do? So it's very interesting. In this verse, it is mentioned that in the course of his pastimes, the Lord killed them as easily as a child breaks dolls. Right? क्या analogy दिया जबरदस्त. So it is said here that बच्चे लोग, we see, right, small children, if you see, if you give them toys, there are very few children who actually play with toys. They play for some time and then they start fiddling. उसका एक पुर्जा निकालते हैं, गाड़ी दिया तो गाड़ी का व्हील्स निकालते हैं, उसका एक और कुछ डॉल दिया तो डॉल का बाल निकल जाता है, उसके एक हाथ निकल जाता है, एक पाँव निकल. They keep doing this. It's just very naturally. It comes to children very naturally, and it doesn't require much effort also from their side. Very easily they are able to take the toy and break apart uska purza purza alag alag kar dete ho very easily. So Prabhupada says in this purport, he is saying that yeah, he says, but one after another they were killed by the Lord as if he were only playing with dolls. So dolls के साथ कोई खेलते हैं वैसे. Children play with toy lions, elephants, boars, and many similar dolls, which are broken by the children in the course of playing with them. Before the Almighty Lord, any powerful living being, any powerful living being is just like a toy lion in the hands of a playing child. So, we should understand what is our situation in life. While the modern world tells us that you're very significant, you can be what you want to be, you can become what you want to become, you can achieve what you want to achieve. The world is telling us that. ठीक है, वो अपनी जगह पे ठीक है. And because of that, some small percentage of people, they get inspired by such books, by such articles, by such LinkedIn, Facebook, images. They get very inspired by these things, and then they struggle hard, and they achieve also. And some of them first fail. After they fail, then they achieve. मतलब fail करके achieve. तो LinkedIn पे उनका story आता है, या Facebook पे उनका story आता है कि I first, it was a tough day when my boss asked me to leave the company. ऐसा वहां से स्टोरी चालू होता है, तो they hook you to read the rest of the story, and then उसमें लिखा जाएगा कि कैसा मैंने बहुत स्ट्रगल किया, I worked so hard, I went and got a further education, I burned the midnight oil, I did this, I did that, and then I succeeded, and I am where I am today because of this. And some false humility is shown that I owe it all to so and so and that वगैरह वगैरह ऐसा लिखते हैं. अब ये जो पढ़ने वाला व्यक्ति है, जो ये पढ़ता है, उसे क्या लगता है कि हाँ यार, मेरा भी हो सकता है, मैं भी करूंगा. एंड सब लोग मेहनत कर रहे हैं, अच्छी बात है. I'm not against that. It is good. If you are inspiring somebody to do their duty, very good. No, it's nice. But we should have the understanding that the power of destiny is stronger than the power of your willpower. Your willpower and your strong desire to achieve something, and then the immense effort you put to attain that thing, it is not as strong as the power of destiny. If we just understand that much, no, we are in a safe place. We say, okay, I will do my best, and then whatever the Lord wills, I'm happy with it. मैं अपनी तरफ से पूरा ambitiously काम करूँ, लेकिन बाद में भगवान जो मुझे देते हैं, ठीक है, I'll just accept that in whatever way it comes. But what happens is, if we work hard and we get something, immediate result क्या है? I feel I did it. मैंने किया है, right? We become very proud. We start thinking that we are something great, Especially if you see corporate life में तो हमको ये बहुत दिखता है. Corporate life, those who have worked for corporates will understand that what is the egos of people working in corporates. क्या भयंकर ego रहता है. And the higher you go in an organization, the higher is the ego. You can't go higher unless you have high ego. ये भी fact है. You should be the kind of person who is willing to दूसरों को रौंद के ऊपर जाने वाला ऐसा व्यक्ति चाहिए, जो who doesn't care कि भाई सामने वाला मेरा दोस्त है, मेरा नेबर था, वो मेरे बच्चे उसके बेस्ट फ्रेंड है, उसको दबा के जाएगा. They will do that kind of ego, and you become so big. You start thinking, I'm so significant, I'm so great, मैं इतना बड़ा आदमी हूँ, कि मुझे कोई छू भी नहीं सकता. But we have to understand we are completely insignificant. Completely. We are insignificant in front of old age. आप कितने ही जवान और strong क्यों ना हो, कितने भी आप powerful क्यों ना हो, you may be big guy, एक ना एक दिन आपके बाल सफेद होने ही होने. Your hair is going to turn white, right? I remember 10 years back when I came here, 11 years back, I didn't have so much white hair. Now I don't have so much black hair. Right? So old age is going to come. No matter you, however powerful you be, you are insignificant in front of old age. जब ओल्ड एज आता है, एक करके अपना सब ऑर्गन्स, इसे नो मल्टीपल ऑर्गन फेलियर. हाउ डिड दिस पर्सन डाई? ही डाइड बाय मल्टीपल ऑर्गन फेलियर. ऐसा बोलते हैं ना. तो ये मल्टीपल ऑर्गन फेलियर क्या है? इट इज दैट दे हैव स्टार्टेड फेलिंग लॉन्ग बैक. काफी टाइम पहले वो फेल होना चालू है. खाली क्या है, अभी एक निमित्त चाहिए. वन रीजन इज नीडेड फॉर सेइंग व्हाई ही डाइड. मल्टीपल ऑर्गन फेलियर. Right? I remember this is I'm telling you in 15 years back. 15 साल पहले की बात बताता हूँ आप लोगों को. Now I just turned 49 last month, and that time I must have been 34. 34 considered as what? As young man, no? I am young man. Just 34 years old. So when you are 34 years old and you start getting pain in the chest, in the chest area में discomfort, exactly in the chest area. I started getting discomfort, soreness, ऐसा skin ऐसा वो ऐसा ऐसा गांठ जैसा आ रहा था just below the chest. So first I ignored it. 34 यार, 34 में क्या होता है? So I was like बिंदास, मुझे कुछ डर नहीं था. But after some time, what happened was, the soreness and the discomfort was increasing. I was getting more and more uncomfortable. So मैंने सोचा कि यार इसका कुछ तो करना पड़ेगा, कितना इग्नोर करें. So I went to meet in Bhaktivedanta Hospital, our Bhaktivedanta Hospital in Meera Road. I went to meet Dwarkadish Prabhu. Dwarkadish was a general practitioner and very good with his analysis, and his diagnosis is always very good. So I went to Dwarkadish Prabhu and I met him and told him. He looked at me, and one look he looked at me. ऐसा देखा ऊपर से नीचे, ऐसा देखा मेरे को. And yes Prabhu, how can I help you? क्या हो गया? I said नहीं प्रभु जी, मुझे ना चेस्ट में ना बहुत डिस्कम्फर्ट होने लगा है. So I'm starting to get worried. He said okay, ठीक है. So ऐसा analyze किया. He did a physical examination and he said I don't think कुछ है, but he said फिर टेस्ट करवा लो. Get some tests done. I got some tests done. वो सब ब्लड शुगर, ECG, लिपिड प्रोफाइल, ये प्रोफाइल, ब्लड सब कुछ करवा लिया. एंड वो टेस्ट में ना आई केम एज सर्वगुण संपन्न. ओके, सर्वगुण संपन्न मींस सारी चीज वर सब में गुड कोलेस्ट्रॉल लो, बैड कोलेस्ट्रॉल हाई, ट्राइग्लिसराइड ऐसा ट्रिपल सेंचुरी, फिर हर चीज में ऐसा ही. ब्लड शुगर वाज ओके, ब्लड प्रेशर वाज आल्सो ओके, बट एवरीथिंग एल्स वाज आउट ऑफ बाउंड. बट इट वाज नॉट मच आउट ऑफ बाउंड. बहुत ज्यादा ऐसा रेंज के बाहर नहीं गया था. तो मैं द्वारकाधीश प्रभु को व्हेन आई गॉट द रिपोर्ट एंड मेट हिम अगेन, प्रभु जी इतना खराब नहीं है ना, इट्स नॉट सो बैड, जस्ट थोड़ा सा आउट ऑफ रेंज गया है. तो द्वारकाधीश प्रभु ने बोला कि भैया प्लीज अंडरस्टैंड, योर ह्यूमन बॉडी इज सच अ मैजिकल क्रिएशन, राइट? दिस ह्यूमन बॉडी इज गिवन टू अस. किसने दिया है हमको? हमने खुद बनाया. गिवन टू अस बाय मटेरियल नेचर, राइट? इट्स जस्ट क्रिएटेड परफेक्टली. मतलब ये जो शरीर आपको जो भगवान ने दिया है, ये शरीर में भयंकर क्षमता है टू कीप एवरीथिंग विद इन अ रेंज. सो दोज ऑफ यू आर फ्रॉम केमिस्ट्री बैकग्राउंड विल अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट इज बफर. बफर समझते हैं ना? टॉलरेंस रेंज. बफर मतलब एक रेंज होता है, सो व्हेन यू अभी अपना बॉडी का जो ये है, क्या बोलते हैं, लिपिड प्रोफाइल है. हाँ हाँ, correct. It is something similar, but buffer is basically a thing that ensures that अभी कोई चीज का viscosity अपने को एक रेंज में रखना है, तो वो आप बफर उसमें ऐड किया इन द रिएक्शन, देन आप कितना भी रिएक्शन कोई चीज भी ऐड करो, विस्कोसिटी उसको बैलेंस करके रखता है. इट मैनेजेस द whole reaction in such a way that those parameters are within that range. That is what is a buffer. हमारे बॉडी में बहुत सारे बफर भरे. वो किसने भरे वो बफर अंदर? वो सब ऊपर वाले ने दिया है, सब अरेंज करके दिया, रेडीमेड. So a small baby like this one over here, very distracting baby, वो distraction है. But anyway, ये जो बच्चा है, he is a factory. He is like one factory himself. Every day thousands and lakhs of new cells are being created, which complex chemicals and carbohydrates and proteins inside his body he is creating on his own. वो खुद कर रहा है, उसको मालूम नहीं है वो कर रहा है, लेकिन वो कर रहा है, right? So मैं कहाँ पे कहाँ से पूछ गया, last blood report. So the body has, he said, the body has the ability to maintain all your parameters within a buffer range. So जो रिपोर्ट में आता है ना, कोलेस्ट्रॉल फ्रॉम 110 to 150 is normal, 150 के ऊपर ये है, then 200 के ऊपर हाई है, ऐसा. इसे जो 110 to 150 ना, इवन आपका 151 भी गया, it is still cause for worry. मैं बोला क्यों? बोलता है that means your body has already lost its ability to keep it within that range. वो buffer का capacity gone. मतलब ऑलरेडी यू शुड बी वरीड. अरे बाप रे, अभी क्या करना है? He said don't worry, it is not something so serious. and ये जो तुम्हारा चेस्ट का तुम डिस्कम्फर्ट बोल रहे हैं, इसे you put on weight. वजन बढ़ गया है तो the skin is getting pressed by the fatty and उसकी वजह से सोरनेस हो रहा है, उसकी वजह से तुमको डिफिकल्टी. It's not a heart problem, but it could become one if you're not careful, right? उस दिन से मैंने वॉकिंग चालू किया 2007 में, सन 2007. So either ways, the point is that old age के सामने हम लोग insignificant है, हम कुछ नहीं कर सकते. Old age आएगा, बाल सफेद होंगे, eyesight weak होगा, reading classes. अभी मेरे को बिना reading classes के पढ़ना कठिन है. I have to be like this all the time. तो क्या होगा? आँख दर्द हो जाएगी, नहीं पढ़ने नहीं होगा. So old age, we are insignificant. Death तो we are even more insignificant. Old age के सामने फिर भी हम लोग झंडा लेके खड़े हो जाते हैं. हमारे पास तुम कौन हो? हमारे पास कलर है, ब्लैक कलर है हमारे पास दवाई है. We feel we are somewhere something. In front of death, what are we? चलो डेथ तो बाद में है, disease. We are insignificant in front of disease. You may take all the क्या बोलते हैं उसको, prophylactics and inoculation and vaccination. सब कुछ करो तुम्हारे नसीब में वो डेंगू लिखा है, वो एक इनसिग्निफिकेंट मच्छर आके तुमको काटेगा और तुम 4 दिन दवाई लो, कुछ भी करो, 4 दिन तुम तड़पोगे. यू विल बिकम डिलीरियस विद फीवर. जो करना है उखाड़ना है उखाड़ लो. अपना ब्लड काउंट गिरते रहेगा, बुखार बढ़ते रहेगा, वीकनेस से ऐसा तड़प रहे हो, यू आर डिलीरियस, यू आर नॉट एबल टू स्लीप इन द नाइट. जो उखाड़ना है उखाड़ लो. डेंगू वो 4 दिन तुमको मिजरी दे के ही जाएगा. और कैसे आया? एक कोई मच्छर ने काट लिया, पता भी नहीं कहां से. We are insignificant in front of disease. And what to speak of death? Death तो किसी को नहीं पूछता. As I said, disease and old age, you can wave some medicines at them. थोड़ा दवाई, मेरे पास दवाई है, समझा? डोलो है मेरे पास. कौन है तू? कोविड है, मेरे पास डोलो है. So you can wave some medicines at it, and you can wave some, ayurveda. You can wave some steaming pot, and वो सब आप दिखा सकते हो, देखो मेरे पास ये सब. लेकिन तुम कुछ नहीं कर सकते. दवाई लो, लेकिन वो तुमको तकलीफ देके ही जाए. But death, we are so insignificant. There is a story of a very rich man who was, Yamraj came to get him, and the old man said that I'll give you lot of wealth. आप सोच नहीं सकते उतना मैं तुमको वेल्थ दूंगा. मेरे को बस 1 दिन और चाहिए. 1 दिन नहीं मिलेगा, चलो 1 घंटा दे दो. 1 घंटा भी नहीं मिलेगा, चलो 1 मिनट तो दो. 1 मिनट तो दे सकते हो ना भाई. एटलीस्ट मैं मेरा ब्लैंक पेपर पे साइन कर देता हूँ मेरा विल का. एटलीस्ट कुछ तो करने दो. नथिंग. चलो, वी आर इनसिग्निफिकेंट इन फ्रंट ऑफ डेथ. कुछ नहीं कर सकते. एंड आई हैव सीन दिस नाउ. अभी तो I hadn't seen much death till my mother passed away. Before that, मेरे फैमिली में ऐसा death मैंने ज्यादा देखा नहीं था. And near and dear ones में भी कोई death इतना देखा. 2014 my mother passed away, almost 8 years back. 8 years back. So तब तक इतना death मैंने देखा नहीं था. I was just 41 at that time. Now I have seen a lot of death amongst near and dear ones also. अपना devotee circle में से last 2 साल में कितने लोग pass away. Not just because of COVID, because of heart failure, this, that, so many things have happened, right? So when you see how death comes and छीन लेता है व्यक्ति को. Recently, one devotee from our counseling group passed away. Very unfortunate, because he was a wonderful devotee. Very nice, very enthusiastic, very sweet, always having a smile on his face. Very, very surrendered. His son is the initiated devotee. He was also, aspiring. Everything perfect. अक्टूबर में उनका ऑर्गन्स फेल होना चालू हुआ. एक 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 फरवरी में गॉन. एंड परफेक्टली हेल्दी एंड नॉर्मल. उसके पहले कुछ मतलब एक एक पत्ते भर का भी उनको आई डोंट थिंक कोई मेजर डिजीज हुआ है. नथिंग. एंड 4 months he is gone. His organs just kept failing and gone. Luckily we were able to see him one day before he passed, but so painful, right? I mean, death just, it makes you realize how insignificant you are, right? And yet we are thinking कि हम बड़े great हैं, मैं ये हूँ, मैं वो हूँ, I am general manager, senior general manager, director, executive director, MD, CMD. ठीक है, आप कुछ भी हो, even if you are president of United States of America, whoever you may be, in front of death, who are you? Nothing. So many presidents came, so many went. They're all forgotten. They may be remembered in the pages of history, but they are gone. At least their bodies are gone. Nobody cares anymore, right? So we are insignificant, right? In front of old age, disease, and death, we are insignificant in front of forces of nature. If you look at the forces of nature, क्या है औकात हमारी in front of them? Hurricanes. When there is a hurricane that is announced, Hurricane Katrina, Hurricane this, Hurricane that, अलग-अलग hurricanes का नाम देते हैं वो लोग. It's very they give names to these hurricanes. मतलब तुमको पता है कि ये hurricane अभी आने वाला है. They know. उतना तो science अपना advance हो गया कि they are able to predict कि भाई at this time at 8 p.m. on 17th February हरिकेन कटरीना विल मेक लैंडफॉल. मतलब वो ओशियन से आ रहा है, 17 फरवरी 8 पीएम को वो लैंडफॉल करेगा. तो क्या करना है? अरे आपके पास न्यूक्लियर आर्सेनल है, आपके पास इतना सब साइंटिफिक एडवांसमेंट है, दुनिया भर का साइंस आपके पास है, टेक्नोलॉजी है. व्हाट इज द एडवाइजरी दैट इज गिवन? जस्ट रन. भागो, अपना सामान जो समेट सकते हो लो, गाड़ी में डालो और भागो यहाँ से. डोंट कम बैक फॉर नेक्स्ट 3 days. 3 दिन तक यहाँ पे सब तहस नहस होने वाला है. नथिंग दे कैन डू. यू इमेजिन विद न्यूक्लियर पावर, वन में से कि लेट्स शूट सम some missile into the cloud and उसको वहां पे ब्लो अप करेंगे. कुछ नहीं कर सकते. Just run away. Insignificant. Earthquakes. When there's an earthquake, what you can do? Bombay, we have not experienced earthquake much. I think in 1992 or 3, Latur में earthquake हुआ था. 92, I was in college engineering. 92, 93. One of my classmates, my Golekar, our Golekar was from Latur. Ashok Golekar was from Latur. So he had to go back and everything. But while we were here in Mumbai, we experienced little bit of that. थोड़ा सा बॉम्बे में ऐसा कपाट अपाट हिल रहा था, बेड हिल रहा था, टेबल्स हिल रहे थे, थोड़ा. हाँ, कुछ तो हुआ था. एंड उसके बाद भी और एक भी कुछ हुआ था, आफ्टर इफेक्ट्स कुछ का. हाँ हाँ हाँ. So we have experienced earthquakes. अब जब earthquake होता है कौन सीएमडी, कौन प्राइम मिनिस्टर, कौन चीफ मिनिस्टर, अरे कौन है भाई? कोई भी हो, यू आर इनसिग्निफिकेंट. वो तुमको ऐसा खा जाएगा, तुम्हारा सारा बिल्डिंग को ही खा जाएगा. क्या करेगा तुम? यू कांट डू एनीथिंग इन फ्रंट ऑफ फोर्सेस ऑफ नेचर. हीट वेव्स. Now we are expecting, already Bombay is saying temperature is 37, 38. अभी तो मार्च तो मतलब barely शुरू, we have not reached halfway point of March and temperature 37 पहुंच गया. अभी आप सोचो, अभी आगे जाके 40, 42, 40, last year 40 first time I think cross हुआ है. I don't think it's ever crossed before that. What you can do? AC लगाओगे? AC लगा के भी कितना करोगे? Heat can kill you. It is so bad. कोल्ड वेव, हीट वेव, कुछ कंट्रोल नहीं है. वॉल्केनोस में तो पूरा अर्थक्वेक एंड वॉल्केनो में पूरा सिविलाइजेशन उड़ जाता है. एक वॉल्केनो आया एंड वो बोलते हैं माउंट वेसुवियस or something they say, which was in Greek somewhere. Because of that, they say the whole civilization was like Mount Vesuvius. So similarly, so the point to understand, I'm sorry, I'm stretching it a little bit, but the point to understand from all this is that we are completely insignificant in front of old age, disease, death, forces of nature. We are insignificant, period. भाई और एग्जाम्पल देने का जरूरत नहीं है, इतना से हम लोग समझ सकते हैं कि हम लोग कोई खास नहीं है मतलब see each person in his or her own way is unique. भगवान ने हम सबको कुछ तो खास दे के भेजा है ताकि हम लोग अपना जीवन को सफल कर सकें, so that we are able to sustain ourselves, we are able to nourish ourselves and stay alive. He's given everyone some skill. ऐसा कोई व्यक्ति नहीं है जिसको कोई स्किल नहीं है, कोई नहीं, except those who are completely bodily ye mein they are completely dependent on others, but everyone otherwise has some special skill that is enough for them to make a living. This is and every country on this earth has some natural resources that is enough for them to survive. It's wonderful, right? So if we are so insignificant in front of these forces of nature, what to speak of demigods, जो देवता गण हैं, who are controllers of the sun, controllers of the moon, controller of rain. What we are in front of them? They, in front to speak of material nature, who is controlling even them. Material nature is controlling even the demigods. And what to speak of Krishna, Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is controlling even material nature. मतलब बोलना ही क्या, कहना ही क्या, कौन है? Nobody. So that is the point Prabhupada is making over here. लंबा कहानी दिया मैंने, but the point that Krishna is saying is that when these demons came in front of Krishna, who is the controller of everything, and they come and attack him, उनके लिए तो ये it is a mild disturbance. उनका लीला चल रहा है. We discussed last time that Krishna would go to the forest with the cows and with his Gopa friends, and there they would be having a gala time. They would go into the forest. They would keep all their डब्बा, सब अपना डब्बा निकाल के बैठते थे. They would sit in a circle. Krishna would sit in the center. It's described like the whorl of a flower, right? Krishna would sit right in the center, and around him all the boys would sit in concentric circles. And each of them felt that Krishna is only looking at them. This is what was their experience. Ye kaisa, how is this possible? No, it is possible because God is infinite. He can reciprocate with each person individually as though he's only reciprocating with that person. It's possible, right? I mean, we as ordinary living human beings, very odd, we just discuss how insignificant we are. If people as insignificant as us can have relationships with multiple people, we can have 7-8 friends, we can have relationship with our wife, our children, our parents, our brothers, sisters, थोड़ा बहुत तो मेंटेन कर पाते हैं ना सबको, हम लोग रिलेशनशिप तो रखते हैं. अगर हम जैसे तुच्छ लोग ये कर सकते हैं तो भगवान क्यों नहीं कर सकते? Of course he can, right? So he would be having a wonderful time, and then time to time कोई वो लीला भंग करने के लिए जो उनका मजा चल रहा है, they would have great fun. Now you think about it, that the person who is claiming in the Gita, सेम पर्सन, नो वही पर्सन बाद में बोलते हैं कि भोक्ताराम यज्ञ तपसाम सर्वलोक महेश्वरम सुहृदम सर्वभूतानाम ज्ञात्वा माम शांति मृत. Same person is saying. Who earlier, what was he doing? He was playing in the forest with his Gopa friends. And what kind of play? We'll discuss maybe next time. That, some more pastimes of killing of demons. उसमें हम लोग कृष्ण की लीला भी बात करेंगे. So he is having a lot of time with his Gopa friends over there. एंड एट दैट टाइम कोई डीमन आ जाता है. अभी वो डीमन को क्या लग रहा है, वो बड़ा प्लान लेके आ रहा है कि मैं इसको भी आई विल किल कृष्णा, आई विल किल हिम. बट फॉर कृष्णा इट इज नॉट लाइक अरे ओ गॉड अभी मेरे को कुछ करना पड़ेगा. उनके लिए कोई एफर्ट नहीं है. इट इज अ माइल्ड डिस्टर्बेंस कि कहीं अभी हम लोग जब बात कर रहे हैं तभी कोई ऐसा मंकी आके बैठ जाता है, just flick it away. फिर वापस आ जाते हैं, वापस जाना भाई, जस्ट काइंड ऑफ फ्लिक इट अवे, बस उससे ज्यादा कुछ एफर्ट नहीं है ना हमारे लिए। हाँ, अगर वो बहुत तकलीफ देता है, नाक पे आके बैठते हैं, देन यू हैव टू स्टार्ट वरी। अदरवाइज एक दो बार किया तो मक्खी चला जाता है। So same way for Krishna, in his Leela, when some demon comes, it is a mild disturbance for him, slight. So what does he do? He deals with each of them in his own wonderful way. His dealings with the demons is also wonderful. How he kills the demons is also simply wonderful. Each one is killed in a unique way. If you examine Krishna Leela, you examine the Krishna book, where how each demon was killed is explained. एक का भी दूसरे जैसा नहीं है, सब अलग. Each one is different, right? Shakatasur, he kicked. Trinavarta, he strangled. Putana, he sucked out her life. Then Bakasur, he split into two. Then horse, Kamsa, Keshi, he put his hand into his mouth and he choked. Then Aghasur, Trinavarta को बोला, उसको ऐसा strangle किया. Then और कौन है? Aghasur, he went into his mouth. Massive forms. He went into his mouth and then he grew inside his mouth and he started choking him. So हर जन को एक अलग, मतलब वो लीला कर रहे तो भी ऐसा नहीं कि सबको एक मुक्का मार के मार दिया, नहीं, सबका अलग, और एक में भी एक भी वेपन इन्वॉल्व नहीं. There is no weapon. He is Sudarshan-धारी. He say, right, चक्रपाणी. अपना ये इसमें तेलुगु लोग में वो पॉपुलर सरनेम, right, चक्रपाणी. Chakrapani. He is holder of Chakra, Sudarshan Chakra. He could have just summoned Chakra. Hey, demon, hey, Chakra, go kill him. He could have done that, but he chose not to. हर demon के साथ बड़े प्रेम से उनको अलग-अलग तरीके से मारा है. Right? So Krishna's pastimes of killing the demons is also very wonderful. And then we have to understand that this is very sweet. Why is it sweet? Because if a child, a small child does what an adult is doing, तो बड़ा स्वीट लगता है कि नहीं? कोई बच्चा है, वो किसी एडल्ट का काम करता है, तो बड़ा स्वीट लगता है. अभी बच्चा है, अगर वो जाके ऐसा वो छोटा छोटा बर्तन में ऐसा कुकिंग करता है कि मम्मी आई एम गोइंग टू मेक सब्जी नाउ, एंड वो ऐसा कुछ ऐसा लेके ऐसा कुछ कटिंग जैसा करता है, and he or she, they go and they start cooking like this, and then they bring it and they say, mommy, now you offer this. It's very sweet. बड़ा sweet लगता है कि छोटा बच्चा adult जैसा behave कर है कि. So उसी तरह जब छोटे बच्चे, like sometimes we see adults we chant shlokas. हम लोग क्या श्लोक जब पढ़ते हैं, हम लोग का ज्यादा शो ऑफ ही ज्यादा रहता है कि हमको शो ऑफ करने को इतना श्लोक आता है, भगवत गीता का इतना श्लोक मैं बोल पाता हूँ. सुन रहे हो ना लोग, ध्यान दे रहे हो ना, मैं एकदम फट 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 वर्सेस बोल रहा हूँ, सबका ध्यान है कि नहीं, सुन रहे हो ना. So we are trying to somewhere, not purposely, but somewhere we are थोड़ा सा है वो कि अरे यार इतना सारे वर्सेस मैं जानता हूँ, ना, you all know. We are thinking like that. बच्चे थोड़े ज्यादा इनोसेंट रहते हैं, वो पेरेंट्स ही उनको खराब करते हैं. पेरेंट्स बोलते हैं बेटा और बोलो और बोलो, एंड बच्चे से अलग अलग श्लोक बुलवाते हैं जो एडल्ट्स बोलते हैं. चिल्ड्रन से जो श्लोकास, इट इज वेरी वंडरफुल. Like there was that video that was circulating of that young girl, small, some 7 or 8-year-old girl, who was सब भगवत गीता verses उसको by heart. Anyone saw that? She knew all the verses by heart. So they would ask her, okay, 9.4 बताओ, फट से बोल देगी. अच्छा 8.7 बोलो, फट से बोल देगी. She was like just full of Bhagavad Gita by heart, all verses. So ऐसा कोई छोटा बच्चा बोलता है, अभी कोई एडल्ट बोलता है तो हम इतना सीरियसली हाँ ठीक है रट्टा मारा रहे. छोटी बच्ची करती है तो वाओ भाई क्या अमेजिंग. So that is why there was one video that used to circulate of a small child, very small, उसके जितना ही छोटा, उससे थोड़ा maybe इससे maybe 4-5 महीना, just तोतला बोलने चालू किया था. And वो mother is singing अच्युतम केशवम कृष्ण दामोदरम राम नारायणम जानकी वल्लभम. Child would say वल्लभ, he would say जानकी वल्लभ. छोटा बच्चा एकदम छोटा, मतलब हार्डली 1.5-2 साल का रहेगा, पर वो बड़ा स्वीट लगता है. हमको लगेगा कि क्या बड़ी बात है, मुझे भी आता है, तुम्हें आता है तो क्या हुआ भाई, छोटा बच्चे को आता है. That's what makes it sweet. So when Krishna, as a supreme personality of Godhead, in the form of a small baby like this, he kills the demons. It's very sweet. We get purified. Otherwise, ये तो violence लगता है. छोटा बच्चा किसी की जान ले रहा है क्या है? उस पे क्या असर होगा? But no, no one questions, right? In today's day and age, if a child kills somebody, what do? You put him into a juvenile delinquent place. But when Krishna killed all these demons, no one thought of that. Everyone thought, yeah, very sweet, very nice. Kya baat hai? Amazing, you know. So like that. So Prabhupada says that no one can equal or no one can excel the Lord in any capacity. No one. मतलब कोई उनके बराबर नहीं हो सकता, कोई उनसे बढ़कर नहीं हो सकता. तो ये purport में Prabhupada, he makes a very beautiful point. He says the processes of jnana, process of Ashtanga yoga, and the process of bhakti. He says these are three recognized processes for spiritual realization. बकायदा ये है processes, right? He says, however, आप ये process में कितने भी perfect क्यों ना हो, however perfect you may become in these processes, they can lead one to the desired goal of life in spiritual value. But it does not mean that you can become perfect like God. It's not possible. जैसे किसी किसी को सिद्धियां मिलती हैं, like in the process of Ashtanga yoga, see, you know, हम लोग को ये थोड़ा amazing लगता है कि कोई व्यक्ति ऐसे ऐसे करता है और अपने हाथ में गोल्ड चेन लेके आता है, राइट? ना ये में से ये उसके शर्ट के अंदर छुपाया हुआ था वो ऐसा इधर कुछ बटन. There was one serial which used to come many years back. याद है कि some of you may not have seen it, we were very young. हम थोड़े बूढ़े लोग तुमने देखा है. रजनी करके प्रिया करके आता था उसमें. उसमें they had shown that she exposes some baba, some ढोंगी बाबा, जिसका एक ऐसा बटन रहता है, वो बटन दबाता है तो उसमें से उसके अंदर सब पाइपिंग रहता है, उसमें से वो सब वो ये कुछ निकलता है, okay, and which he distributes it to everybody. Now it is not necessary, it is not that सब लोग कोई genuine हरे कृष्ण. So कोई genuine योगी भी होते हैं जो you know अपने योगिक सिद्धि से, योगिक सिद्धि में एक सिद्धि है प्राप्ति सिद्धि means they can attain whatever they want. उनको जो चाहिए उसे वो प्राप्त कर सकते हैं. फिर अलग अलग सिद्धि होती है, लघिमा, you know, महिमा, अलग अलग सिद्धियां होती है. You can go from one place to another in 1 second. ये कैसे possible है? Everything is possible because these are subtle laws, subtle, you know, powers that are given. Using these powers, these yogis are able to do these things. But what is Prabhupada saying? तुम कितने भी powerful क्यों ना हो जाओ, तुम भक्ति में you may become pure devotee. But even as a pure devotee, see, in the scripture we read, in Bhagavatam we read that the pure devotees are controlling Krishna. They are controlling Krishna. They are not, you know, like you see Yashoda Mai. We discussed in the when we were talking about the Vatsalya Ras. We were discussing how Yashoda Mai is completely controlling Krishna. पूरा power में रखा है उसको, दबा के रखा है, right? So pure bhakti can give you the power to control God. It doesn't make you God. It can never make you God. ये बड़ा important है हम लोग को समझना. हमें नहीं तो हम लोग को इतना सारा mislead किया गया है in the name of religion and philosophy. We have been misled so much, especially in India, outside India also, especially in India, कि you can become God. You are God. You are God. You are all God. You have just forgotten. आप सिर्फ भूल गए हो. जैसे ही आपको याद आ जाएगा आप भगवान बन गए. इतना आसान है भगवान बनना. It's so easy. No. We are not God. We are godly. The spirit soul is part and parcel of God. We are like fragmental part and parcel of God. Like a drop of salt from the ocean has the same qualities as the ocean. Same. It is wet, it is salty, it is full of minerals. One drop of that ocean has those qualities. But is it the ocean? Yes, it is the ocean, but it is not the ocean. So qualitatively, that drop of water is the ocean, but quantitatively it is not. The moment it gets separated from the ocean, it dries up, it loses its heat. So, in the same way, we are part and parcel of God. Krishna says himself in the Gita, Mamayvamsho Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatana Manashasthani Indriyani Prakriti Sthani Karshati. So he says that we are eternally part and parcel of me. Mamayvamsho Jiva Loke. He says, you are all part and parcel of me. He's accepting all of us in whatever shape or size you may be, in whatever human body, animal body, insect body, plant body, tiger body, goat body, donkey body, whichever body you are in, pig body, he is accepting you are my child. Tasam Brahma Mahadyonir Aham Bija Pradapita. He says, I am the seed being father of all living entities. Krishna is giving us that space, is giving us that respect. But remember, we can be only part and parcel of God. We are not God. And we can never become God. And what Prabhupada says over here, he says the Mayavadi concept that, we are for some time, we have forgotten who we are. But once we realize, then we become God. Tattvam Asi. No. Tattvam Asi means that you are spirit soul, that one who is transcendental to this material world. We are transcendental to the material world, but because of our attachment to this material world, we are stuck here. लोग यहीं पे अटके पड़े हुए, यहीं पे गिरे हुए, right? So like that. So Prabhupada makes, he says, the Lord is the Lord at every stage. भगवान जो है, वो हर stage में भगवान है. He says when he is playing, whether he is playing on the lap of Mother Yashoda के lap में रो रहे, he is crying in the lap of Mother Yashoda. That today, those Gopals, उन्होंने मेरे को सबने bully किया. They all bullied me today. They didn't take me to play. मेरे को खेलने को नहीं लिया उन्होंने. And he's crying. That time also he is God. Or when he is fighting with his Gopa friends in the forest, he's fighting for their dabba. मेरे को खाना है. That time also he is God. Right? So he continues to remain God without the slightest diminution of any of his opulences. At any moment of time, उनका कोई opulence कम नहीं हो रहा है. ऐसा नहीं कि वो अपनी माँ की गोद में रो रहे तो शायद अभी वो भूल गए कि वो भगवान है. No, he is always cognizant, but it is his leela. It is his pastime that he reciprocates like that with his mother, with Mother Yashoda. So he is always God. So therefore, no matter what anyone in this world may try to do to kill God. Earlier, who were the people who were trying to kill God? The demons. They were trying to kill God by saying that I will go in this form, I will show this opulence, I will do this yogic siddhi, and I will try to kill Krishna. Today, how are we trying to kill God? Today also demons are trying to kill God. अभी आपको लगा demon, ये demon क्या है? A demon is just a word, okay? But what is a demon? Demoniac tendency क्या है? What is this demoniac tendency? Demoniac tendency means not accepting God and trying to kill him. अभी किधर कोई God को kill करता है? God दिखते ही नहीं तो kill कैसे करें? How are we trying to kill God? Anybody? How is the modern man trying to kill God? His existence itself is challenged. like ये भगवान है ही नहीं. कौन भगवान? आपने देखा है? आपने देखा है? आपने देखा है? आपने देखा है? नहीं देखा है किधर है भगवान? हम नहीं मानते. तो फर्स्ट तो भगवान है ही नहीं. पहले वहीं पे वो लोग विकेट डाउन कर देते भगवान पे. भगवान है ही नहीं. Then there are some who will say कि है ना भगवान, है ना, आप भी हो, आप भी हो, मैं भी हूँ, हम सब भगवान. We're all God. That is another way of killing God. Think that God is so insignificant that we're all God. So ये होता है मायावाद. So even today people continue to try to kill God. But when we read these pastimes of Krishna, okay, one, the sweetness of what he is doing, it purifies our heart, and second, it helps us to understand, that the Lord is so merciful that even when he kills these demons, even in the process of killing these demons, he is liberating those demons. It's not that, see, suppose you are a very powerful leader like Vladimir Putin. Vladimir Putin, now he is become a super powerful, super whatever, right? And now imagine if someone comes to kill him. Suppose somebody, some assassin is sent. Suppose, क्या नाम है उसका? Zelensky. Zelensky finds some super assassin who then goes and tries to kill Putin. Okay, he sends an assassin to kill Putin, and Putin catches him just before he. Okay, and then Putin बोलता है, अब तेरा क्या होगा? Now what's going to happen to you? What would we do? He would give him a horrible death. Right? You dare to kill me? You thought you could kill me? I'll give you a horrible death. I'll show you. Right? हाँ, try to make an example कि आगे कोई डर के मारे कभी सोचेगा भी नहीं ये काम करने, right? So, but what does Krishna do? When these demons come to kill him, he liberates them, takes them out of the cycle of birth and death. He doesn't put them and push them to hellish planets. He said, ठीक है, मुझे मारने आए थे, मेरे को, मतलब you came before me, you have taken my darshan, you have done something for me. चलो, I liberate you. Right? So Putana is the first one, matlab in a long series of demons who came before Krishna to be killed by him. Putana was the first one. So Putana was actually, she was the aunt or something of Kamsa. She was some related to Kamsa. So Kamsa first he sent her. He said that यार मैंने इतना ट्राई मारा, इतना फाइट मारा, इतना प्लानिंग किया था मैंने कि देवकी और वसुदेव को मैंने I had put them in a dungeon under chains. Still somehow that Durga Devi, she told me that that child is already born and is elsewhere. तो यही कहीं पास में होगा, आप जाके यहाँ के आसपास के सारे बच्चों को मार डालो, kill all of them. So Putana says, all right, yes sir, and she flies out. There's a description Prabhupada gives in Krishna book about witches. He said she was a witch, Keturi. Keturi ne kya? Khechari. He said she was a Khechari. Khechari means flying witch. So she had that potency that she could do that. So she went, and in all the surrounding villages around Mathura and various all these places, she went and she killed all the children born recently. All the newborn children, she went and she killed them and drank their blood. Like, it's very difficult for us to imagine these things in today's age. We feel कि ये मन गढ़त है, कुछ कहानी है. But today also there are people who do this. Prabhupada says in Rajasthan there are still some. He says northwest of India. He says there are states where this happens even today. Some women who are like that. So anyway, of course he wrote this 50 years back. Let's hope they're not dead today. But anyway, so this she went and she went all around. She went all around, the वो बच्चों के बारे में बात करें उसलिए वो परेशान. So she went and she killed so many children, and finally she found the house where Krishna is there. And then when she came to Krishna's house, she took the form of a very beautiful woman. So what she did, she came dressed, and the description is given in Krishna book how she was looking. Very, very beautiful, एकदम सुंदर. अभी कोई अगर एकदम सुंदर, नारी कोई सभा में आती है, तो कोई उसको क्वेश्चन नहीं करता कि आप कौन है, आप कहाँ से आए हो, आपका अता पता क्या है. कोई everyone is just so bewitched, अरे इतनी सुंदर हमारे असेंबली में शायद मुझे देखेगी, maybe she'll look in my direction. Right, like in the demons and with the churning of the Mohini Murti. When Mohini Murti came before the demons, all the demons are thinking कि शायद मुझे देख रही है. She's looking at me. And Mohini is Lord Vishnu, same potency. He is able to reciprocate with so many people at the same time. So all the demons felt कि सिर्फ मुझे देख रही है, वो पहले मुझे nectar देगी, you know. So they just give the pot of nectar to her कि आप ले लो, आप बांटो हम में, you give it to us. She even warns them. Mohini tells them कि अरे मैं ऐसे ही रास्ते चलते हुए यहाँ पे आई हूँ एंड आप ऐसे मेरे को दे रहे हो, नहीं नहीं नहीं, वी ट्रस्ट यू, तो सब ठीक है, मतलब आप इतने सुंदर हो तो आप गलत हो ही नहीं सकते, इट्स नॉट पॉसिबल. So in the same way, when they saw this lady, Putana, she came so beautifully dressed, no one stopped her, no one. She got as a free visa to come into the house of Nanda Maharaj. She just walked in, and it is described in Krishna book that Rohini saw her, Yashoda saw her, but nobody stopped her. Everyone was okay. आ गई, इतनी सुंदर है. They felt, it is described that they felt that she is the goddess of fortune. लक्ष्मी देवी खुद साक्षात हमारे बच्चे के दर्शन करने के लिए आई है. And so when she took Krishna, so before she said, so it's described when she came inside Nanda Bhavan and she saw baby Krishna. It is described when she looked at baby Krishna, oh, for a moment she could immediately realize कि ये कोई साधारण बालक नहीं है. She could see that this baby is hiding his inconceivable potencies. He's trying to, he's showing like a normal baby, but he's not a normal baby. उसको वो समझ गया, उसका भी कुछ तो सिद्धि रहेगा, उसको देख के समझ गया. And Prabhupada यहाँ पे point कर रहे हैं, he's saying that Krishna is always God. He doesn't become God. Like the Mayavadi is saying, you just, you do this and you will become God. And what is this become God? That post is already taken, Prabhupada says. Right? You can't become God. वो जो जगह है ना, वो खाली नहीं है, वो जगह already full है. Who post is already taken, Supreme Lord, right? So he has become God, or he doesn't forget his Godhead. He doesn't forget that he's God. Like you are claiming that people have forgotten that they're God. If you have forgotten that you're God, then how are you God? How can God forget? It doesn't make sense, right? So anyway, so she saw that this baby is hiding his his potencies. So now she is walked into Nanda Bhavan in this beautiful form, and she sees baby Krishna and she feels कि ये कुछ अलग है, कुछ उसको अनुभव होता है कि ये कुछ अलग है. तो वो क्या बोलती है? She just takes Krishna and puts him in her lap and no one stopped her. You imagine कोई अनजान व्यक्ति ऐसे सडनली घर के अंदर आ गया, वहां छोटे बच्चे को ऐसे उठा के गोद में ले लिया, कौन देगा? But she was so beautiful. तो कौन रोकेगा? इतनी सुंदर है, कौन इसको रोकेगा? तो सब लोग ने हाँ हाँ ले लो एंड उसने ऐसा लैप में ले लिया. And then when she took Krishna in her lap, it is described Krishna closed his eyes. Krishna looked at her and closed his eyes. So then the acharyas explain, they give several explanations that why Krishna closed his eyes, right? Why did he close his eyes? So first reason that they give is, who is Putana? She's a khechari. She has killed so many babies. The babies को मार के वो वहां पे आई है. So Krishna is also a baby, no? He's in the baby form. So he doesn't want to look also at someone who has killed babies. So he closed his eyes. He didn't look at her. So ये एक कारण हो गया. फिर दूसरा कारण क्या हो गया? कि Putana, when she saw Krishna, she could see that ये कुछ extraordinary बच्चा है. ये हमारे जैसा कोई ordinary, जिन बच्चों को मैंने मारा वैसा वाला बच्चा नहीं है, ये कुछ अलग है. For a moment she felt like that. She hesitated. When she saw Krishna, she hesitated. थोड़ा एक सेकंड के लिए शायद maybe she felt कि कुछ अलग है बाबा. So therefore उसको assure करने के लिए he closed his eyes. When he closed his eyes, she felt कि ये तो normal बच्चा है. आंख बंद कर लिया, right? So again, that's the second reason. Third reason that is given by acharyas. Krishna says in the Gita, paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkitam, right? Dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavam yuge yuge. So he says that I come to vanquish the miscreants and to deliver the pious. अभी मैनफिश द मिसक्रिएंट्स उन्होंने बोला है, उन्होंने बहुत बाद में बोला, लेकिन मैनफिश तो बहुत शुरू में ही हो गया। अभी सबसे पहला वैंक्विश कौन आ गया? औरत आ गई। A lady came before him as a demon to kill him. So it is described in the Vedas that one must not kill a lady, must not kill an old man, must not kill a child, must not kill a woman. You know, even under any circumstances, you must not do these things. Now, woman has come in front. So what to do? He has to kill because she has come to kill him. So he has to kill her. So because to avoid, the embarrassment that I'm killing a woman, he closed his eyes. जैसे कि बिल्ली होती है ना, बिल्ली, कैट, आंख बंद करके दूध पीती है। मलाई जो है आंख बंद करके पीती है कि कोई देख नहीं रहा है तो मैं गलत काम कर सकती हूँ। वैसे सेम वे कृष्णा also, he closed his eyes that अरे I'm killing a woman but I'm closing my eyes so nobody is seeing. He closed his eyes. That is the third reason the acharyas explain. And the fourth reason that is given is he took her, he accepted her as a nurse because she fed him, she breastfed him. So because he knew that she's come with an intention to breastfeed him, though her intention was to kill him, she had smeared very deadly poison on her breast so that when the child drinks it, immediately the child will die. That was her intention. But still she wanted to feed him. And therefore Krishna was thinking, अरे ये तो नर्स के रूप में आई है, तो अभी मैं इसको मारने वाला हूँ, तो मैं कैसे मारूं? So he closed his eyes, right? So like that. So these four reasons the acharyas give that why Krishna closed his eyes before killing Putana. So then she took him on a lap, and Prabhupada explains in the purport in Krishna book, he says that she had killed so many babies. कितने छोटे छोटे बच्चों को उसने मारा था, right? So she mistook him as another baby. She forgot कि ये कुछ अलग लग रहा है, वो भूल गई. And she took him as another baby. And Prabhupada says that if one takes a snake, if someone takes a snake in one's lap, thinking that it is a rope, then what will happen? Then they will surely die, no? So same way, she took Krishna in her lap thinking he's an ordinary baby. And what did Krishna do? Krishna took her life. So she had smeared very powerful poison on her breast. It is described, actually there is a backstory to this. Backstory is that this Putana in her previous life, she was the sister of Bali Maharaj. So Bali Maharaj, who was, who gave all his wealth in charity to whom? To Vamandev, right? And Vamandev only asked, Vamandev came before him. So Shukracharya, his spiritual master, Bali's spiritual master told him कि तुम गलती कर रहे हो, ये विष्णु है, ये हरि है, ये सब चीज हर लेंगे तुम्हारा. तुम इसको कुछ don't. He's asking for 3 steps, but you don't give 3 steps. Don't give. So Bali Maharaj becomes little unsure. He says, अरे आप तो मेरे गुरु हैं, आप मेरे को ऐसा कैसा गलत इंस्ट्रक्शन दे रहे हो? I have already promised that I will give charity. How I can not give charity after that? He says he's an aggressor. He's an aggressor. He's come to take your wealth. So if he's an aggressor, then this rule does not apply. You can take back your promise and you will not get any sinful activity. वो उसको पूरा logically explain करता है कि तुम क्यों ये कर सकते. And in the meantime, when Vamandev, who is Lord Vishnu himself, Narayan है, वो इतने सुंदर बालक के, like we're seeing his son over here. Every time I look at him, I get distracted. So such a sweet looking child. So imagine, all women, whenever they see a child, they immediately get attracted. It's very natural, right? So when the sister of Bali Maharaj saw Vamandev, he had come in the form of a dwarf, very beautiful. All the members of the assembly were completely attracted by his beauty. So what to speak of women? They were so very much attracted. कितना सुंदर बालक, कितना सुंदर. And then this sister of Bali Maharaj, when she saw, she felt that this child is so beautiful. I wish he could be my child. ये मेरा बच्चा होता तो कितना अच्छा था. तो उसके मन में वो इच्छा थी. She had that desire that this should be my child. This is so extraordinarily beautiful. I wish I could have him as my child. And then after Bali Maharaj was completely destroyed, मतलब पूरा हमको तबाह कर दिया वामनदेव ने, 3 स्टेप मांग के 3 लोक उन्होंने कवर कर लिए. एंड तीसरा स्टेप में उनके सर पे पांव रख दिया, right? So now that same sister who was thinking that this person should be my child, for seeing that her brother was so humiliated by Vamandev, she started feeling, I wish I could kill him. I wish I could kill him. I want to kill this child. You know? So in that life, neither she had the pious credit that that person, the Supreme Lord, could be her child and she could nurse him, nor she had the so much sin that she could kill also. Dono nahi tha. So in that life, nothing happened. But many lifetimes later, when Krishna came, Putana, that same person who was sister of Bali Maharaj, came as Putana. And in that lifetime, both her desires were fulfilled. She got opportunity to kill Krishna also. She got opportunity to nurse Krishna also. And that is the verse we discussed a couple of months back, if you remember, 3.1.23, I think. I don't remember, or 2.23, where Uddhava is saying, 2.23, saying that Aho Bakiyam Stanakal Kutam. He says that what kind of merciful God is this Krishna? Illogically merciful. कोई लॉजिक ही नहीं है इनका कि जो व्यक्ति उनको मारने के लिए आई थी, अहो बकीयम Stana Kalkutam. She had put Kalkut on her stan, on her breast to kill him. But he gave her the position of Dhatri, of nurse in the spiritual world. He liberated her. How merciful. Kova Dayadu. He said, what kind of merciful God is this? How can I ever forget such a person? So this is what Uddhava is saying. So this Putana, she tried to kill Krishna by putting this poison on her breast. What did Krishna do? Krishna sucked her milk. And he sucked and sucked and he sucked all the milk, and then he started sucking her life. She was feeling such intense pain when he was sucking on her. Such intense pain, and she started screaming, "Leave me, child, leave me!" And wahan pe all Yashoda, Rohini, all those people are looking at her, kya chal raha hai? Because the small, for her, for them, they are seeing the small baby Krishna, small child, तो छोटा बच्चा जो एक किसी औरत का ब्रेस्ट का मिल्क पी रहा है. This is all they are seeing. And what is Putana experiencing? She is experiencing death. Mrityu sarva haras chaham. Krishna says in the Gita, Mrityu sarva haras chaham. I am all devouring death. He says in the 11th chapter. So he is sucking out her life, and these people don't know. She's screaming, "Leave me, child, leave me. Nikala na usko." But she's not able to remove him. He's holding on tightly. She starts screaming. She runs out of the house and she gets a massive form. She takes a massive form, 12-mile long form. But even in that 12-mile long form, she's not able to remove Krishna. And finally, he sucks out her life and she comes crashing to the ground. Many trees and everything are crushed when she falls. इतना बड़ा शरीर लेके वो गिर जाती. And when she dies, right, when she leaves her body, then all the gopis come running and they climb on her body, and Krishna is on her body with his lotus feet on her body, right? And he is, still very nicely playing on her, on her body, and they just take her down, and they take Krishna down. And Yashoda Mai, when she sees that what has happened, they're like, "Hey Bhagwan, ye kya ho gaya?" So immediately, what is her response? We must protect Krishna. So what they do, they take, so Prabhupada comments on this. What does Yashoda do? She takes the tail, the whisk of the tail of a cow, and with that, usko gol 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 aisa घुमाती है around Krishna. नजर निकालती है, हाँ, नजर उतारती है. And then she takes the dust under the calves, dust under the cow's footprints, and she sprinkles it on his head. She bathes him in water with cow urine and cow dung. Auspicious ho jana chahiye, right? And then after that, it is described, she applies tilak on 12 parts of his body, and she chants different mantras. So it is described here in Krishna book, all the different mantras that she chants. Let me see. Yeah. Yeah. So she chants different mantras. Okay, she chants different mantras. She says that, "My dear Krishna, may the Lord who is known as Aja, protect your legs. So she is worshipping Lord Vishnu. Lord Vishnu ko wo propitiate kar rahi hai with the different mantras. She says, let the Lord known as Aja protect your legs. May Lord Achyuta protect your upper waist. May Lord Hayagriva protect your abdomen. May Lord Keshava protect your heart. May Lord Isha protect your chest. May Lord Surya protect your neck. So like this, she's chanting different mantras for the protection of the Lord, protection of Krishna. And Prabhupada makes a point in the purport there in the Krishna book. He's saying that what protection does Krishna need? अरे भाई क्या protection दोगे तुम? He has just killed this massive demon easily. कोई बड़ी बात नहीं है उनके लिए. As we said at the start, that as a child breaks toys, छोटे बच्चे जो toys तोड़ते हैं उतने आसानी से is killing these demons. So why does he need to be protected? But this is the culture. Prabhupada says this is the culture that we had even till recent times, where in every house, Grihasthas would have 8 to 10 cows and they had an altar with Lord Vishnu on it. And they would worship Lord Vishnu on the altar and they would lovingly take care of the cows. And unka sara guzara usme ho jata. A few weeks back we had discussed that 1 acre of land and 1 cow, bus, enough for everyone to survive. Yeah, I say this with a lot of conviction because I've seen how much 1 acre land से कितना उत्पाद निकलता है मैंने अपने आंखों से देखा है. So it is enough for मतलब 1 या 10 फैमिली वो 1 एकड़ में जी सकते, उतना उसमें से उत्पाद निकलता है वो लैंड में से. अगर वो लैंड का फर्टिलिटी नहीं है, काउ डंग से वो फर्टाइल हो जाते हैं. काउ डंग से मतलब वो उसका रिफ्यूज है वो, लेकिन वो गोबर is actually gobar. It is a blessing of the cow. Right? Just 1 cow and 1 land, enough. So Prabhupada is saying, this is the culture. He's saying, one minute, let me see. Yeah, he says, she recited all the holy names of Vishnu so that he might save the child. Vedic culture has taken advantage of keeping cows and chanting the holy names of Vishnu since the beginning of history. And persons who are still following the Vedic ways, especially the householders, keep at least 1 dozen cows and worship the deity of Lord Vishnu who is installed in the house. Persons who are advancing in Krishna consciousness should take instruction from this pastime and also be very much interested in cows and chanting the holy names of Vishnu. So like this. So then, finally after this Putana is, she has died like this. Then the Gopas came back, they heard this loud sound and they burnt her body. And it is described when they were burning her body, the fragrance that came out of her body was like that of aguru. Aguru is a fragrance, it's like a perfume. And I was looking up aguru, Google पे aguru search किया तो एक कोई brand है. अगुरु करके एक ब्रांड है ऑफ परफ्यूम. हाँ, वुड ही है, वो वुड से ही बनता है. हाँ, so a very exotic. So when they burnt her body, exotic fragrance came. You imagine, normally when you burn a body, smell of burning flesh, right? But when they burnt her body with wood and everything, the smell of aguru came. So Prabhupada says that because she was a demoness, she was a witch, but because she was delivered by Krishna, because Krishna, purified her with his lotus feet on her body, therefore all her sinful reactions were washed away. She got a place in the spiritual world as Dhatri, and even her physical body became purified, and when it was burnt, the fragrance of Aguru came out. So Prabhupada concludes that pastime by saying that for a person who came before Krishna simply with the intention of killing him violently by poisoning him, someone who came with that intention, Krishna gives so much benefit. So what to speak of people like you and me who are trying in our own small way to somehow become Krishna conscious? How much benefit is awaiting us? So therefore, we should meditate on these pastimes of Krishna killing, and I'll read the Falashruti that Sukdev Goswami gives at the end of this pastime. Yeah. So Sukdev Goswami says, Sri Sukdev Goswami has given a blessing to all persons who hear the narration of killing of Putana by Krishna. They will surely attain the favor of Lord Govinda. Very well. So, we can meditate on these beautiful pastimes of Krishna and his killing of demons. Even whether we believe these stories, whether we don't believe these stories, but hearing of Krishna Leela, you may say that I don't believe that waterfall makes anyone wet. Waterfall से कोई wet नहीं होता. I don't accept. But you may not accept, bhai. But if you go and stand under waterfall, you will become wet. मतलब believe ना, I don't believe. मतलब don't believe ठीक है, don't believe जाके खड़े रहो ना, फिर समझ जाएगा कि वेट होते हो कि नहीं होते हो. वेट क्या, पूरा हड्डियों तक वेट हो जाओगे वाटरफॉल के नीचे खड़े रहोगे तो. कपड़े छोड़ो, अंदर हड्डियां भी गीले हो जाएंगी, इतना पानी का फोर्स रहता है. So Krishna Katha is like that. We may be demoniac, we may be envious, we may be atheistic, we may be agnostic. There are many flavors. Atheism, agnosticism, अलग-अलग flavors हैं बहुत सारे of not believing in God. But whatever is your flavor, आप जो भी flavor ले लो, लेकिन आप जब आके हरि कथा सुनते हो, it is like standing under waterfall. भीगना तो है ही आपको. Therefore, with whatever little faith we have, with whatever little intelligence we have been given, with whatever hearing capacity God has given us, we should come, we should listen to Hari Katha, and we should be purified. So that is the beautiful benefit that we have. That we have access to these books. कहाँ था ये access 100 साल पहले? No one knew what is Gita, what is Bhagavatam. किसी को नहीं पता. Thanks to Srila Prabhupada, we have access to all these wonderful scriptures. So let us take full advantage and try to perfect our lives. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Srimad Bhagavad Mahapuran ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Jai Gaura Premanandi, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. You do kirtan with me. Okay, sit down and do kirtan with me. Come. Sit. I'll sing your tune. Your favorite. Sachisutashtakam. So, we discussed about the all merciful nature of Krishna, Ova Dayadu, right? Krishna is all merciful, but even more merciful than Krishna is when Krishna came in the form of Lord Chaitanya 500 years ago. He became even more merciful than Krishna. Krishna demands in the Gita. So when Krishna came as himself, in Dwapar Yuga, he placed condition. He said, "Sarva dharman parityajya mam ekam sharanam vraja aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayishami masucha." He says, "You must first surrender unto me. Then aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayishami. I will free you from all sinful reactions." Right? But first you surrender. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is Krishna, who came 500 years back, he is so merciful that he doesn't demand surrender. He says, "You take bhakti, you take liberation, jo chahiye le lo, but become a devotee, chant Hare Krishna." So his appearance, Lord Chaitanya's appearance day is coming just 5 days from today on Friday, 18th of March. We invite all of you to please come to the temple, Shri Radha Gopinath Mandir, and if possible, it is 18th March, day of Holi also. If it is possible, come to the temple and participate. In the meantime, let us chant this Nama Gauravaram, which is glorifying Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Nava Gau. Everyone's got a paper. There is what? They haven't. Those who are online, okay, I have it here online, so we have one paper. All right. Hare Krishna. Nava Gauravaram Nava Pushpasaram Nava Bhavadharam Nava Lasyaparam Nava Pushpasaram Nava Bhavadharam Navahasyaparam Navahimavaram Pranamami Sachisutashtakam Navahemayutam Navanidasutam Navaveshakritam Harinamaparam Avadavikasachupapremamayam Pranamami Sachisutashtakam Premamayam Pranamami Hari Bhakti Param Hari Namadharam Karajapakaram Hari Namaparam Dayate Sutatam Pranaya Shrudaram Pranamami Sachisutashtakam Satatam Janakavatapaharam Paramartha Parayana Lokagatam Avadehakaram Jagatapaharam Pranamami Sachisutashtakam Nija Bhakti Karam Priya Charukaram Natanatana Nagara Rajakulam Kulakamini Manasarasya Pranamami Sachisutashtakam Karatalabalam Kalakandadavam Heduvakya Suvina Kayamaturam Nijabhavi Gunavritanatya Dharani suchitram bhava bhavachitam. Tadochayachitam nijavasayutam pranamami Sachisutashtakam. Arunam nayanam charanam vasanam vadane saditam sakanamataram. Gurute sulatam jagatadivanam pranamami Sachisutashtakam. Pranamami Sachisutashtakam. Pranamami Sachisutashtakam. Sachisutagauravadam pranamami Sachisutagauravadam pranamami. Jaya Gaurangita, 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 Jaya Gaurangita. You read the translation. Somebody, Bachchan, children read. One month sloka. Mic. Hey, they can also hear. Like, hold it a little closer, yeah.
His complexion is the hue of fresh cream in